between Rotherham and Sheffield, it were all either making steel or things out of steel, or it were factories from Rotherham to Sheffield. If you're out of work, you could walk along Sheffield Road and just ask for a job, and you would find one, wouldn't you?
No doubt about it. I mean, you could come out of one job and into another, like that.
The firm was called Steel, Peach and Tozers, but you'd say to just about any kid, where does your dad work? And he works at Steelos. The factory was known as Steelos.
Steel, Peach and Tozer was a town within a town. It was vast. It stretched for a mile from the Ickles to Templeborough on both sides of the road, and it also went back on both sides of the road, so it was a vast plant.
Going down to Steelos, get me a start. Dunna let it cobble, it'll tear the place apart. Catch it as it's coming, throw the bugger back. Keep your tongues upon the metal and your eyes upon the track.
I started off when I was 15, 16 with tongs. You picked it up, grabbed it with tongs as it came out, shoved it in next hole to gradually start reducing size at bar or whatever you were making. Blistered to hell.
You knew everybody because all these firms had a knack of drawing people in, from vicinity. I mean, when I started, there were my brother Dick and Jack, next door neighbours, and I know biggest part on them, when I first started there, I know quite a lot on them, friends and pals and this and that. And all that. They didn't help much. They'd let you make your own mistakes and say, you shouldn't do that, you should do this, then they'd tell you how to do it properly.
I hadn't a choice, and if I had, I'd still have chosen steel. They can do their worst against us, they'll not change the way we feel. Me father's father did it, and I know it's all but gone. There were 100,000 of us along the Rother and the Don. Going down to Steelos, get me a start. Dunna let it cobble, it'll tear the place apart. Catch it as it's coming, throw the bugger back. Keep your tongues upon the metal and your eyes upon the track.
I think what it were prospects. I'm going to draw a wage, I'm going to have my own money, and blokes who you were working with looked after you. They didn't gear work that they knew were impossible. They made sure that whatever job you were put on, that you knew how to do that before you moved on to the next job, and so on. And then when people come in after, we remembered what they did, and we did the same. There weren't no training that there is now. It were getting there, work with him, learn that, and then when he said you were good enough, move on.
It ball come out of the roll, you had to catch it and run down and take it to the straightener, because I'm going on famous, I can do this, Well, every so often, roller, he would stop and gauge one, because he worked a thousandth of an inch, And he said to me, which way did it go out? I didn't know. This is my second day in a rolling mill, And I looked at him, I said, which way did it go out? I said, front first, Of course, he come straight out road, thumped me straight on the chin. Don't start that game with me, he said. But you soon learn, it's amazing how quick you learn.
I got to start at Steelos, me dad put in a word. His dad had done the same for him, that's how the work got shared. The mill roared like a dragon's den, the tongue men proved their power. Catching red hot metal, coming 40 mile an hour. Going down to Steelos, get me a start. Dunna let it cobble, it'll tear the place apart. Catch it as it's coming, throw the bugger back. Keep your tongues upon the metal and your eyes upon the track.
A cobble is a piece of metal that's flying down the mill, perhaps 40 miles an hour at the finishing end, that misses the rolling stand it's going in. So instead of doing the nice clunk, 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 clunk as it goes through, it'll go clunk, clunk, click. And once it's missed going in where it's going, it goes all over the floor, or up into the roof, or into toilets and things like that. This is hot metal spewing out the mill. I've seen people run, I've seen people caught with cobbles and cornered with cobbles.
Going down to Steelos, get me sen a start. Gonna let it cobble, it'll tear the place apart. Catch it as it's coming, throw the bugger back. Keep your tongues upon the metal and your eyes upon the track.